I wish you went wasted. Took my time, I don't know if I can face it. Didn't know you were gonna go and lace it. Finish shine, I don't know if I can make it. No, it's all good, I don't really see the issue. Feeling myself, I don't text you when I miss you. Babe, no, I didn't mean to diss you. Nothing I'll say, I don't think that I'm an issue. Thinking about the brighter days, moving on, and I'm riding on another wave, yeah. Don't be looking at me differently. Come along when you're done with all your situations. I got nothing else I can do. Damn, I guess I'll never learn. Realize all my wishes never came true. Find out you got nothing in return. It wasn't meant to last such a long time ago. Business from the past got me going psycho. Time's moving fast, walking on a tightrope. Running away from you, gotta think I gotta let you go. Our love is so toxic, and it makes me sick to my stomach. Comes and goes like it's nothing. Back to you, I can't fight it. It's all good, I don't really see the issue. Feeling myself, I don't text you when I miss you. Babe, no, I didn't mean to diss you. Nothing I'll say, I don't think that I'm an issue. Thinking about the brighter days, moving on, and I'm riding on another wave, yeah. Don't be looking at me differently. Come along when you're done with all your situations. Yeah, it's green on the other side. If you want another bride, saying that you got it tight, something that you'll never find. Hey, oh, another life, you gon' want another try, something like the other night, looking for another high. Hey, oh, expensive taste like a movie. Eyes only looking for the beauty. They don't wanna go, they know me. Maybe missing out an opportunity. Need a Uber X, to pick you up on the way. Oh, insecurities gon' make it hard for you to lay low. Switch yourself for someone else, you do it if they say so. Acting like you haven't seen you rolling with the halo. Yeah, it said it's not on me. I know what I want, I'm just waiting for my calling. Yeah, you got a longing to make it with somebody, but lately you been stalling, oh lately you been stalling. Yeah, it's green on the other side. If you want another bride, saying that you got it tight, something that you'll never find. Hey, oh, another life, you gon' want another try, something like the other night, looking for another high. Hey, oh, expensive taste like a movie. Eyes only looking for the beauty. They don't wanna go, they know me. Maybe missing out an opportunity. Yeah, the right one, waiting for the right one. But you won't ever find one, cause you're looking at the wrong ones. Passed up on the one that give you everything. Passed on the one that give you everything you need. Passed up cause you didn't see it on the screen, on the TV. Yeah, it's green on the other side. If you want another bride, saying that you got it tight, something that you'll never find. Hey, oh, another life, you gon' want another try, something like the other night, looking for another high. Hey, oh, expensive taste like a movie. Eyes only looking for the beauty. They don't wanna go, they know me. Maybe missing out an opportunity.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Casham MT, and I'm going to be your commentator for tonight's game. We've got two classic teams here from NA's Advanced Division facing off here with Zomblers clashing heads here with FlyQuestRED in tonight's match. Zomblers, they've been looking pretty good up to this point here, and will be looking to start off their week 3 here with a dub, having looked really strong up to this point with 3 wins and 1 loss. FlyQuestRED have also been looking superb up to this point, also sporting a same record of 3 wins and 1 loss there. They've also got the added confidence of qualifying the ESL Impact Season 7 finals recently, so I expect them to be in top-notch form for us tonight. Still though, I was lucky enough to watch Zomblers already play 1 match this season, and the way that they took out F5 Esports on Anubis was really a sight to behold, and it truly impressed me. If they can find the same level of play here in tonight's match, I expect them to be the dominating factor in it, but still, FlyQuestRED, a team of veterans, you can never count them out. Will it be Zomblers' night to collect the 4th win, or will FlyQuestRED find a way to steal it away? Time will answer, but I'll give these players just a teeny bit more time here to get connected in. Gonna throw his quack quickly over to a pause. Don't go anywhere.
Intoxicated, I'm a waste. Hoping I can drown my sorrows, but I love that bitter taste. So I'm addicted.
Alrighty, here we have it, hopping straight into the action here. The unpause has come in. Time to get this show on the road, and already a quick duel coming out at long range. Grimble wasting no time coming out on top there, pushing through Ivy of all things to get that opening first blood. The first kill tonight in Zomblers' favor. A double setup over here. Here, holding the cross in towards the B bomb side, and Ayler able to gobble up the first, gunning down another frag in the round. Bomb able to be planted as Auto Director goes a little bit wild for us. Still somewhat of a salvageable position here for the side of FlyQuestRED, but they've got to get the kills, and with Ayanu putting up yet another frag on the board, it seems to be all for naught here as they just close in left and right. Only one casualty faced as the defuse does come in. A really strong start here as it, look at the HP as well across the board. 3 players gooshed up. That was truly a close call. Still, though, on the board, starting off the CT side with a victory here that is going to bolster their early game economy, but with a bomb plant going down from the T's here, if they were to force buy into any round, it would, if they were to force buy into any sort of second round, it would be this one. And indeed, coming to the same conclusion, this is as good as it's going to get here. They spend what they can, and Zomblers, will they be ready for the heat? Certainly feels like it, expecting the full buy. 4 rifles across the board here, and see how they hold down the A bomb site early, as it seems like some aggression headed out early. Speaking of aggression, we saw it over towards Ivy finding that first blood last time. This time peeking inside of upper B, still though calling for a rotate, even having not spotted anything. This feels like it should be an A hit, but Ayler just finding the perfect window of time to find this peek in, catches them on the execute in, and Buddy having no time to react. Emmy able to close the distance, able to close the gap, but the Molotov separates her in the open. Gunned down by Satsy and Ainu, picking up yet another. The trade eventually comes in. It's fast and furious, hard to even keep up with what's going on, but as the dust is somewhat settled, another duel coming in. Ainu just on a tear here tonight, the second in this round. Back-to-back multi-kills. What more could you ask out of them? And with the bomb scooped up, there's a window of opportunity for Emmy to target this A bomb site. Everyone's rotated over towards B, and with getting this first frag, she's able to even get the Molotov down and sets up a post plan as now a position to work with in the 1 versus 2. Still, though, playing with one another here. Grimble and Ayanu wondering where has she gone, and hiding in this cubby. Emmy has gone undetected for the time being, as now a time scramble in effect. And expecting Ivy to be clear here. You see the attention turn more towards T-Con and more towards ladder, and back offered up. Emmy is going to get the frag. I knew though, bros don't fake. He's on the bomb, and the full 5-second defuse is not going to come in. Emmy, with literally 0.1 on the clock there, is going to win the 1 versus 3 as she dominates Zomblers in a huge clutch. Definitely showing the prowess of being the number two ranked female team in North America here. That was something special from a veteran like Emmy. But still, for Zomblers, they're not going to take it personally. It is what it is. All tied up here at 1-1, and perhaps inspired by the force buy of their opponents in that last round, they will do the same. Wow, action for us in the starting 2 rounds here. Both teams having their moments, but still no clear sign on who's going to get the early game momentum. But a T-side round early is definitely beneficial, and oh, I love that there. Grimble, he spots out the utility being thrown over, so he's able to pre-aim the jump up. It wasn't a headshot there, but still, he got a free shot in, and a free little bit of damage there in the Buddy. Not too much to report, but it is better than nothing. It's now one player. Definitely could go down to one of these pistoling headshots at range. Upper Hall's control here really opening it on where these T's can head towards. Thinking about finishing the round over here towards the B bomb site as they line up yet another execute. It's been a gamble stack here from Zomblers, with not really having the rifles, not really having utility. They just go for the 50-50 coin flip, and unfortunately choosing heads over here towards A when their opponents choose tails over on that B bomb site. Theoretically, it's a very smart move here, knowing that they're on a double save. If they can hang on to these 4 pieces of weapons, maybe they can recycle them into a victory into this next round. It's really getting 2 attempts here with this full buy here, and Zomblers doing a good job of maximizing, and with only 1 player surviving in that last round here, these casualties are certainly going to be felt. You can see FlyQuest not wanting to offer up anything else, not wanting to gift over any more guns here, as they kind of just turtle up back in that little bit of control that they had in the upper halls. But A very technical start. No doubt about it. That's FlyQuest able to string together 2 rounds in a row. First team of tonight to do so. Tense showings. That's for certain here, but Zomblers hungry to try and tie it right back here. So look to reuse the 4 guns that they got in the last round. That 1 kill that they got as well. Scooping up an extra pistol to drop over to actually Ayler, as technically everyone can get armed now, but it doesn't seem that Ayler has actually gotten it here as he's still on the USPS. Still extreme nitpicking from my end there. As aggression up through B, aggression through Ivy, and Grimble not quite having as much success as he's had in the first and third round. Goes down to Emmy, the Kingslayer so far in this game here, and a long distance tool, the MAC-10 is gonna fail these T's as Sandzik blows the head off of Vanessa. Great shot coming through at point blank range there, and I knew a very interesting angle here towards Z, trying to cut down 1, but no success. Satsy, however, on the flip side, has gunned down 1 here with the CZ over towards Ivy, but immediately gets traded out as it allows for the A-bomb site to be taken by FlyQuestRED. Every time FlyQuestRED has gotten into a post plant, they found themselves in such a strong position here. They are so well drilled here at getting set up on these A and B site. Pushing out through Ivy, in go 2 bodies, Sandzik able to break the line open, but the trades, they just favor these T's. No defuse kit. These kills have got to come in right this second. Hainu able to hit the first and goes for the follow-up shot. It's not quite going to land, and even if the shot's going to land here, there isn't enough time to get that bomb taken care of, and will this bomb blast take him out? No, it will not. I haven't played CS2 Train all too much here, not too aware of the ranges it seems, as Hainu just tanks it, but watches the round fall to the wayside. Another just razor close call here. It feels like the skill level between these 2 teams is truly 50-50, at least for the time being. But still, with a close call there, with such a weakened buy, I mean, that's got to be a plus, a positive over there on the side of Zomblers, as they've really kept the economy of FlyQuest at an all-time low. 1 wrong step on this T side, their economy will be in shambles here, and Zomblers trying to get that fateful final blow in. Fast ladder play going through here. 2 players just eating the Molotov, running through B as Goose Breeder down to 30, and oh my! Sassy just being spoon-fed these frags 1 by 1. Takes him out with that AWP, making it just look so easy there. This round feeling like it's over before it even started. You saw the game plan in effect there from FlyQuestRED, but with losing 2 players so early on here, what in the world are they supposed to do in this 3 versus 5? Plenty of time to at least toy with, and having seen how often Zomblers have been pushing in these early stages of the round, you can't even really blame them for sitting back, looking to see if any of that action was coming their way. Down to the 55-second mark here. Time not becoming much more precious than what it was, and trying to take the long way towards this B-bomb site. It's not going to be successful. Grimble, a tricky angle here in the back lanes, able to shut them down in transition, and it's a matter of finding where BB-Han has gone. She's up there at the top of B. Might be a little bit of a hole in the defense here for her to lurk around. Maybe not, though, with a player playing CT spawn. You can tell that Zomblers, they've got the setups. They've run the scrims. They've done it all here, as they look like a well-oiled machine so far on their CT side. Nice little recovery as well after that second round mishap. Zomblers back to their winning ways and able to double up with that second round. Yeah, I hate those windows. Get them! Working on the aim trainer a little bit. Built-in aim bots there. But jokes aside, no laughing matter here, as that was the killing touch that Zomblers were looking for. What I was referring to at the start of that last round. That was that one misstep that they were looking for, and now looking to capitalize. They've really only have to face off with that save rifle there at BB-Han. Still, though, we've seen what one player can do on the side of FlyQuestRED. That 1 versus 3 clutch back in round number 2. They can't take anything for granted, and Ayanu will not. 2 frags on the spray transfer, but it's Vivi Han on that 1 rifle, speaking life into it with 2 frags of her own. The trade does favor the side of Vanessa, and that's going to leave Ayler on his lonesome in a 1 versus 2, but he's got the bomb at his feet. We'll turn X-Ray off, Ayler cam on this one here, and how does he think through it? Finds a new position after being spotted on the left side of that red train here. Has a general idea that these two T's are split from one another, but forcing the engagement, that's half the battle. And Ayler does he realize that a player might have rotated around? It doesn't matter because he clears out Vanessa. A great shot there, slimming the odds personally into his favor with the bomb still in his possession. The rotate around, it's coming out of Emmy here. Looping around towards the front of T-Con here, and having just killed a player over here, Ayler is going to find a new angle here. Just great Counter-Strike fundamentals. Not sticking around the same place for too long after the trade didn't immediately swing in. Trying to just reset the scenario. And still just waiting for that fateful timing, waiting for that fateful cross in towards the bomb. Will Ayler be the better of it? Smoke thrown down, front side train plant perhaps coming in. Ayler not going to go for the spam, and this allows for him to get the bomb down, but she runs through the smoke. A missed shot from both sides, and knowing that utility is being thrown around, Ayler just swinging in. Second time's a charm, and what a big 1 versus 2 from him. Both sides having their clutch moments here. A 1 versus 2 from the side of Zomblers, a 1 versus 3 out of FlyQuest, and we're only 6 rounds in. Action in every single round up to this point. I'm hoping it stays this way as we get our first little bit of a breather here in the form of a tactical timeout. I feel like Ainu's probably going to be at the top of the board, and indeed he is. Throwing the team in the backpack. 9-2 there. He's really on a tear with that 4.5 KD. Emmy as well. Top of the scoreboard there from her clutch here. No surprise there, but those are your early standings in the kills and the death department. Now with another full buy in their hands here, FlyQuestRED is going to be looking to be the first team to get that 4th round. Some aggression coming through. How many times have I said it? I'm going to say it yet again here, but at the front of T-Con, it's Vivi Han here. To combine with a nice well-timed flash there, catching Ainu, the heavy hitter here of Zomblers, early on. And for the first time in a couple rounds here, we've got a man or a woman advantage, I guess, on the side of FlyQuestRED. Some re-aggression coming through out of Ayler there, peeking the top of halls and having spotted 3 players at this point of the round. It's going to be a lot of information. Alarm bells being signaled to look over towards the bottom of the ladder. Alarm bells over there towards B, but with 4 bodies in effect here, something's got to be weakened. FlyQuest, will they look for that weakness? Will they just stack up and go into whatever execute they have planned? It seems like with so many bodies outside of that brown hall smoke, out they go and execute in towards B. Goose Breeder gonna be the sacrificial lamb, and now with Sanzik seeing utility come in, it's gonna be a late reaction, but it doesn't matter because Vivi Han not expecting a player to be here. Sassy rotating off of B, gets the first frag. Buddy able to close the gap and able to find one, but Sassy gets the gun back out in time. Rechambers the bullet, rechambers the mag, and Emmy again in another 1 versus 3. A post plant to work with. Time is her best friend, but look at the position. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and they know she's there. The quick scope. The Sassy just mops the floor with them with the 4K. Well, it started off smooth there from FlyQuestRED. Didn't come to fruition, regardless of getting that opening frag. The 5 versus 4 goes in the favor there of Zomblers. Speaking of favor, Zomblers taking back the lead for the first time here since round number 1. They stack yet another round to the tally. to these half by the weakened pistol range here. For the side of FlyQuest here, but we've seen that be a little bit crafty in these sorts of situations, as we'll see how it works out for them. Rimble, perhaps in a world of hurt here with a few missed shots. Still doesn't waste away his last final frags. Gets out the sidearm in time and even replicates into another. Behind though, looping around, has found the back of her opponent and eventually chops him down here. But the damage has been done. A 4 versus 2 here for Zomblers to try and work with. But beyond though, she's just a beast here in any sort of situation. And right on cue, she's gonna fight 3 more for the combined quad kill. Down to another clutch here for Ayler. An attempt for the ace. X-ray off again here as Ayler over here towards B, expecting the long con rotate. Can't even blame it here. I mean, Vivian has just killed 4 players over towards this A bomb site. Does she want to stick around? And she's clearing over towards B. Starts running around here. I think this has also been heard. Ayler is just forehead 5 steps ahead as into the loving arms of Ayler. He is just sitting patiently waiting as Vivian did so much, yet not enough. Wow. My God, just another 1 versus 1. I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but oh my God. Razor thin. The margin of error really between these two teams. Both having moments in the spotlight here. Still more time in the spotlight here. The CT side of Zomblers has just been on lock. Actually get a technical timeout coming in. Hopefully nothing too serious is going on here. So I'd hate for it to affect the momentum of the game. But with no player disconnecting, hopefully it won't be too long. We'll check out the scoreboard again. It's actually my first train match as well here. Oh my God, I have been fiending to actually watch a train match. Almost went 2 seasons without one here, but the Zomblers, they have blessed me today. Personally, one of my favorite maps. From back in the map pool from back in the day. Nostalgic. Even though it looks a little different, but hey. Enough yapping. Back to business here. We unpause the technicalities out the way, and how will round number 9 play out for us? I haven't really brought it up too much here, but usually train a little bit more CT sided than it is T side here, so giving it FlyQuestRED, only walk away with these 3 rounds here. It will be something to play with into that next half, but still, plenty of room to still work with here in this first half here, as an exchange does play out in the outside yard with Ainu going toe for toe here with Goosebreeder. Grimble, one right back, eventually clawed away by Emmy, and Goosebreeder getting a free frag there into Ayler as he spots out the feet behind the train. And Vanessa cutting down the flank there, a costly endeavor. 10 HP to her name as another big clutch moment presented here. This time, Sanzik up to the plate. Ooh, doesn't quite pull the trigger on the immediate cross, and Vanessa, expecting the reaggression, holds the line, and Sanzik, it's just not meant to be. Almost felt like that one was going to be a clutch there with the way that this game has been going, but seems 4th time the charm. It's not the case. A 4th T-side round, like I was saying in that last round there. This is still not a bad half. This side of FlyQuestRED. Zomblers, having been on some sort of a streak here, they've got just enough money here to really invest one final time, but Emmy is going to make them pay the ultimate price there. Has a great spawn there to go for a pick, and she's gonna collect it. Still, even with shutting down a player over towards Brown Halls, it's not going to stop Ainu from getting the follow-up frag, and with Ayler hitting the reaggression there from the bottom of B. The flank on top of flanks here is actually going to catch these T's off guard. As a 2-for-1 endeavor favors Zomblers. Knowing that that aggression was presented earlier on, Emmy is going to take the liberties of clearing out these close hand angles and footsteps. Certainly being heard, but Ayler returning the favor by gifting them over. Finds a new position here, and behind this first train, Ayler is just going to swing out after he hears the footsteps, and that's easy pickings for him. And look at the minimap, 2 players hot on the heels here at FlyQuest. Even if Ayler were to go down there to Emmy, the follow-up reinforcements here out of Ainu is just going to mop the floor with them. Ayler, another kill added to his 3-piece combo. Ainu, 2 in total, the full house out of these two gamers over on Zomblers. Up by 2, looking to strengthen that lead before their side swap here. The risky investment is gonna pay off. And that tactical timeout coming in, you can just feel the brain power being used here in this first half here. Every single decision having such massive consequences, implications on how these next few rounds play out. And not only that, how the rest of the game can pan out here. But don't let me get ahead of myself here. Still the 11th round here, set to be played, and we do unpause as 30 seconds of brainstorming has already gone by. Sassy on his choice weapon on that AWP. He has been a nuisance as well. So we'll have to see FlyQuestRED try and utilize that medium level of utility that they have to try and neutralize those long distance angles. Especially with them heading over towards T-Con early. This could be a field day if Sassy's in the right spot, and it definitely feels like he is as he's over there towards E-Box. Not immediately going out with it. It's a spam of Grimbly. That's actually going to get the first frag. Sassy standing in the flames. The flick shot's going to miss, and Venanza runs him down. Anu, though, from behind, flanks in, finds one, and that even activates Grimble and Ayler just to flank in from the rotate from B. And there's just layers to this defense from Zomblers. That is 2 rounds in a row that we've seen a player go down and an immediate flank come through. Some textbook fundamentals coming through from the CT side here of Zomblers as they continue to pile up the victories with that 7th. Dual Beretta's thrown to the boys. That's plenty of copies being bought there with the final round of the half here. And on the flip side here, FlyQuest, no reason to save for a rainy day. They're all in, and having had just so much success here pushing in through ladder, I mean, why not just double push it again? And they're gonna go. Oh, I seemingly have jinxed it that time here. I was just talking about how successful it had been, as this time, no fruits from their labor. Trade will come back as Goose Breeder tries to explode in towards that B bomb site. She had just seen 2 players in upper B. You can't even really blame her for trying to take the space. And even though she goes down, her death was not in vain. The plan eventually coming through, and Emmy entering the kill feed. But it's Sassy. That was actually collateral, and that one was a hit right through the corner of the wall. As this round's still on, Ayler. He gets the kill he's looking for, and Sassy, no one can stop him. He dominates, not in the spot that I expected him to, but still, the AWP is just such a force to be reckoned with, as somehow Sassy is going to allow for his team to walk away with an extra. Still, though, Ayler in his shadow a little bit. That was still an impressive 2K pushing into a set up T side there on the side of FlyQuestRED, but my oh my. A couple close calls still bettering the side of Zomblers as they head into their T side. Double the scoreline of FlyQuestRED. And this pistol round, it could have lasting implications for how this second half goes here. FlyQuestRED doesn't have any time here to mess around here and allowed Zomblers to get the early momentum and push their way up to like a 10-4 scoreline. But still, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Pistol round set to pan out, and having had so much, seen their opponents have so much success using this lower B and Brown Hall push here, the CTs are going to get a very favorable position as they give up the outside yard. Ladder control here for Goose Breeder, and she is going to make good work with it. The bomb is able to be planted, and There's the defuse kit in effect. But with Grimble cutting down that defuse kit right on cue, it's going to be this ladder flank to really open up things as Baby Han, a great shot there on the dual Berettas. And at range, the second one's even better. Emmy as well chiming in as Sanzik in the 1 versus 4. The first found, the second as well. The bomb, however, not quite planted for him. And Vanessa with the cover fire trades him out, and FlyQuestRED able to start off their CT side with a dub. It just gets more and more interesting now, does it here? It's never easy, and Zomblers not quite gifted that 10-4 scoreline that they were hoping for. We saw a similar situation back in the first half here, where regardless of having lost the first round pistol round, the T side 4 spot into the second round here with that bomb plant, and of course Zomblers going for exactly that. I feel like that was a very wordy way of saying that they have bought in this round, but Sanzik, W key mashed in, he cannot stop. He's running on skates here, and Vanessa just not ready for the heat coming her way. Gets caught with utility in hand, and that's the B bomb site lost. That 1 kill just might be enough to win the round here for Zomblers. Sanzik as well, after getting the first blood, the all-important opening kill, he even follows up with a second as Ayler's able to hold down the flank for a follow-up frag before getting traded away. Sorry, no, that was Grimble who went down there, I knew. In the process, will lose his life, and this bomb is going to be tapped here, forcing Ayler to swing. Baby Han eventually getting the trade, but 8 Sassy, well aware that she is not on the bomb, and giving this stage of the half here, defuse kits might be a second-hand priority. Baby Han knows that even if she gets the frag here, there's no defuse as she looks to live and to fight another day. And history somewhat repeating itself here. The team that wins pistol round here on the CT side ends up losing the secondary force round to the Ts. It will continue to follow the same trend here. Will it be a bounce back? No, actually it was a 3-round streak here after that second round. Pardon my French. And definitely running thin on timeouts here. With, I mean, just how much thinking has been involved here. It's no surprise to see that I believe both teams are down to their final technical timeout. Tactical timeout. I don't know why I keep calling it a technical. Big decisions being made on the side of FlyQuestRED, and you can't even blame them here. I mean, their money is all over the place. 2 players able to get rifles here as they just decide on the full investment. But at the score line of 5-9 here, they were certainly talking about, well, what if this doesn't work out? Well, I don't think they were talking about that. More so talking about if they should save and go for that full team buy in the follow-up round and allow Zomblers to get a 10th. But the risky endeavor, realizing that they are in a spot with their back up against the wall, no time to spare, and they're going to go. I don't know if that was a missed grenade or if that grenade was supposed to blow out the front of T-Con. Whatever it is, it's going to be Ayanu bursting forward, finding Goose Breeder, and even a follow-up kill here into Buddy Matza. Sassy has just been the all-seeing eye tonight here. I mean, such high-impact frags, time in and time out, and that might be enough to really just force the hand here of FlyQuestRED to just save. It's a lost cause here, the 3 versus 4. The deck is stacked against them, and they know it. These guns would be more handy in the next round. So it's not the worst case scenario, no doubt about it, but certainly not what the doctor ordered here for FlyQuestRED is. This is the most view model angle I've ever seen. I'm sorry, auto director view model angle I've ever seen. What the heck? That looks so weird. A little bit of a tangent here. None of these players being hunted down. The 3 will be seeing the light of day as Zomblers just quietly stacking up win after win here. What has felt like such just a razor thin scoreline. Truly, the rounds do not show it. And trying to put that final nail in the coffin here. Zomblers shooting for the 11th here, and there really shouldn't be too much resistance other than the 2 rifles put in their face. Just everywhere they go, able to burst out and have success. We saw the entry in towards B 2 rounds ago, the entry out through A, and until someone can shut this down here, these are going to be round-winning plays here from Zomblers. They keep up a dominant start here on their T side. And a much more technical defaulty start here with 2 players from Zomblers heading down towards Ivy. Noise being made over towards upper B as well. Notice this little detail. And perhaps trying to counter the slow and methodical approach here. One of the 2 rifles in the form of Bibi Han is pushing forward inside of T-Con as the footsteps will come in. Flashbang does blind up Sassy, and Bibi Han able to capitalize off of it. Tricky spot from Emmy, but Sanzik has cleared it out. A sitting duck in the corner, and there goes that man advantage for the side of FlyQuestRED. Noise being made as well towards B, but it's all a ruse to try and pull the rotates around. Zomblers, they haven't technically committed towards it, but this is certainly being communicated over. It is all silent on this side of the map, and Buddy Matza, hearing the alarm bells, shoots on over. But with just a default pistol here and being smoked off, really, it's what in the world is she supposed to do in a spot like this, as she actually peers over the smoke and finds a little bit of a one-way onto Ayler. But no clean kill is going to cost her life. Anu able to find one right back, but is Bibi Han just a factor here with one of those 2 rifles? A 3rd kill in the round here, but a split-second decision coming through to cut through T-Con, to cut through Z over towards B. The plant will go down. Vanessa hitting the kill feed there with the run and gun as Ayler not able to handle it. But it's Sanzik's moment. We've seen him in this type of spot here a couple times here tonight. This could be the one. Bibi Han at such low HP. One shot is all he needs, and there's the killing blow that he's looking for. Bomb will be touched here. We can see on X-ray that he's not actually sticking in. Sanzik with balls of steel calls her bluff, rotates around through CT spawn, and Vanessa, what can she do? Doesn't see it coming. Another sitting duck situation there as Sanzik into the spotlight. My God. It's just been the clutches tonight here from Zomblers that have been the difference maker. We've seen so many times in the early round, mid round, where it feels like FlyQuestRED have found themselves in a good position. But time in, time out, clutch plays coming left and right. It's just different players every time for Zomblers, and it's got to be frustrating through the eyes here of FlyQuestRED. But players of their caliber, as long as they're still in the server here, I don't expect them to be getting too tilted by it here, as another very precious tactical timeout will be burned through. But this is the final straw. Match point on the line. No safety net. No money behind it. And Zomblers gunning for it. Trying to make it a somewhat quick night at the office. If you can describe this as a quick game here. If they pull it off, of course. But I'll let you be the decider for that one there. Tension building and reaching its boiling point. I love the double swing coming through from Goose Breeder, and Co is Bibi Han. She just keeps pushing forward, knowing that the cover fire was there from Goose Breeder, and the 1-2 punch here. We'll trade out 3 players for the price of 1. Emmy as well, having success over here towards the left-hand wall of E-Box here, and having to run in. Grimble actually takes one to the grave with him here. That's all we could really hope for in that type of situation, as the trade immediately back. A lifeline granted. Still afloat is never easy, and able to weather the storm at least for a round here. FlyQuestRED are still in it. But a long path to redemption. No doubt about it here, and Zomblers, they're going to go for a creative buy with 3 players kind of full buying into it. 1 player saving. Sassy is the player saving. I think he's going to be trying to go for an op down the line. But a creative buy. We'll see how it works out here. And the IGL of Zomblers definitely cooking up something. Noise being made over towards the lower B bomb site, hoping to pull these A defenders away, but without any real utility coming in. No one's actually left their posts, but Sanzik He finds 3 out of nowhere. And now, all of a sudden, another 1 versus 2 for the ace clutch. And he's going to execute Goose Breeder from the side as this is very winnable. 75 seconds on the clock here. Just plenty of time to navigate. Where has Vanessa gone? And ring around the rosy. Looking towards the backside of the train. Vanessa pushes through and guns him down. And oh my god, another clutch moment required there. Still though, Sanzik, my god. Credit where credit's due. 4 kills in that high pressure situation is going to keep the money honest here on the side of FlyQuest. But still, money, a serious factor for the side of Zomblers. They haven't got a bomb play on these last 2 rounds, and it shows as they can't try to take advantage of only 1 player alive in the last. But still, up at 11 here. No reason to panic, and trying to take a round off here. A classic double swing coming through over towards Ivy there. Getting up on the top of the dumpster and swinging from the bottom, but no fight offered up. The real dueling coming through rear the front of T-Con as Baby Han hitting the kill feed. Long distance duels definitely favors the rifle, but not expecting a player to be out here. Look at this! The flank around from Ayler, but it's just a Glock. He gets 1 in a dink there, but that's enough for Anu to expand upon it. And that's going to call for heavy rotations off this B bomb sites. Weaponry picked up, and Anu, can he use it? No, he cannot. The rotate couldn't come in any more swiftly here. The swing is going to force Grimbley to swing. That's a dink coming through. But it's not the 100 points of damage that he was looking for. We've seen Sassy do it a couple times here. He actually finds a huge gap in the defense here to get the plant down. Planning over towards Z. But he's going to have to back up in towards a corner here. Here's a footstep over towards Ivy. The swing will come out. The finishing touch does land, but the aim punch immediately after will stop his roll. It feels like we can't have more than 2 to 3 players alive per round here. This one reaching the status quo with only 2 survivors in that one there for FlyQuest, but still chugging along with yet another victory. But now the real test put upon them there. They've made it this far. They've been able to weather it to this point, but with full rifles and the AWP in the hands here of Sassy, will they crack? We haven't really had the opportunity to see the tactics in this type of round here from the side of Zomblers, as I'm curious to see how they approach a 5 versus 5 full buy. A confident swing out of Grimble is going to lead to a duel coming out, however. No kill to show for it. It felt like he was all over that kill there, but only 1 shot landing for about 30 points of damage. But notice, that fight is something to report here. The comms on the side of FlyQuestRED are saying, hey man, we just saw someone over towards Ivy, a predominantly A position. And as that happens here, you see the players starting to rotate over towards B. Tricky, and we've seen a couple times where a fake has come through out of the side of Zomblers, and they've immediately gone towards the other bomb site. So they're trying to add another level to it here by delaying the B hit, I do believe, but still, who knows with 60 seconds to still work with. You can see the comms coming in, the bomb kind of stuck in limbo, and actually starting to gear up for what feels like it's going to be a last second A-pop. The smoke's going to fade right as Sanzik looks to cross. Still, though, it's enough information for Ayler to know that a player's on the top of the red train, swings out, and eventually gets the trade for 80 points of his life. But now, valuable intel to be gained. 2 players formerly over towards the bottom of A, and Goose Breeder able to defend the line at least for 1, but with Grimble and Ayler just combining for 2 in total. The cracks in this A-bomb site have shown. Pushing through the smoke, it's got to work out here for Vanessa, and it does. It pays off there. Risky. The swing will come through, but the AK just better as the headshot favoring Grimble. Down to 1 HP, and no HP now as Buddy Matza able to eventually get the trade. Sassy again. It's been just so clean in these type of clutches here. Here's the bomb being touched, and oh no, gets stuck in the open and clips the corner of the wall. Seems every time I say something about how one team should win it, It goes the other way, and unfortunately caught with his pants on the ground. But Matza is going to keep the win streak alive here for FlyQuestRED. And oh boy, we got a game on our hands here. Not that we haven't had one up to this point here. It has just been action Jackson, really since round number 1. The round loss bonus combined there with the bomb plant is certainly going to be ample enough here for Zomblers to just go again. With double digits up in the air here, they would like to secure at minimum that match point, and this is what I was talking about. It is very hard to start a streak up here on this T side here. Train usually favoring these CTs, and again, we've seen this duel come out a couple of times. This time though, able to show one for it. That first blood is going to be so beneficial there for Zomblers as they create an early 5 versus 4. And realizing they've got to make a play. We've got to make a move. Aggression out of FlyQuest. Finds 3 players stacked up. The flashbang. It's going to get messy, but the mess favors the side of Zomblers. They even gun down a player over towards B in the process. And knowing that the last player is probably over there towards A, it should be an open bomb site in towards B. Sprinting out in towards the site here. Emmy, in a world of her in the 1 versus 3. Has to swing into the setup tees. And Ainu will not give her anything back. It takes a while, but eventually better later than never, as Zomblers do get that 12th. And so many close rounds, regardless of having won 3, 4 in a row there. From the side here, FlyQuestRED, it's still, their coffers are low, nothing to play with, and only 1 SMG, really the best thing to show for. Still though, this has truly been one of my favorite matches I think I've had this season, if not my favorite here, and just has been just a treat to get to watch here, as every single round has really had something for us. It's been a while since we've checked in. Oh my god, look at that there over on the FlyQuestRED side, 27-16. There's Vivian showing why she's predominantly one of the top players in the female impact scenes here. Truly a gamer, as that is actually insane. I knew she was having a good game, but 27-16 is actually nuts. Don't let me nerd out over the stats here. Returning back in, 3 chances to put FlyQuestRED in the coffin here, as Zomblers back to business. Oh my god, it gets crazy outside of TCon, but somehow it favors these CTs for the time being before the Ivy swing offers one back. We've actually seen multiple times here where a fight has been forced out when it doesn't feel like it has to over towards this position. And speaking of fights, the next range of duels coming through, the next wave of flanking coming in. Vivian is just locked in, aware that the flank is probably the next form of attack. Expects the first, but not the second, as Ayler eventually on the trade. So the 2 versus 2 for all the marbles, and just notice how Zomblers plants their feet, slows it down, and looks to just make FlyQuest uncomfortable. And that uncomfortability here forces Goosebreeder here to start clearing out angles. Where have they gone? And while she's doing so, she offers up her side. And Sassy, an accurate shot to finish it all off there. Just a tense map from start to finish, and 13-9 is going to be a victory there from the side of Zomblers. Really a great one. I know I was just talking about it there, but my god, truly a spectacle to get to watch there. GG's to both sides. But man, 4-1 on the season. Zomblers, from what I've seen out of them, they feel like they could be a top contender so far. Will that be the case? Time will tell. Definitely was a blast, but that's where the fun's got to come to an end. Hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast as much as I did here. Always a treat to get on the Zomblers stream here, but until next time, y'all, you take care. 'Cause I have grown